Oops. Is this on?
No.
I don't think so.
Okay.
You got click? Oh, you got hand.
Okay. Look, all my nails. I just put these on. Okay, hang on. Okay, here we go.
Here we go.
Now,
There you go.
how do I raise this? Let's just start everything out cattywampus.
This is what you get when you put two short people together.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, perfect. I think that'll be good. So right now, I'll leave it in. Okay, thank you. Sorry about that. Let me get my hand back in there. Okay. Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm Jay, but I'm also Ursula, the unsheltered kitty. And I just have some little stories to tell you and some jokes to tell you. And I'm from Topeka, Kansas. And I want to tell you a little bit about my little sheltered cats and dog stories. I used to live in El Dorado, Kansas. Anybody know that? Butler County, JUCO. And my boyfriend at the time and I, one day we were driving around and we see this little metal building with a fence around it, and there was dogs in there. We thought, what's going on here? So then we ask around, and we find out that that's the dog pound, and that they will put them in that little building and back up a car, and that's how they would euthanize them. Oh, it just broke our hearts. So we drove out there another day, and there happened to be 3 kitties, and they were long hair, little baby kittens, and we thought, oh, let's grab them, so that they can live. So they were gray, and one of them was a calico, and the other one was another gray one, and he escaped and he ran into that little building. I can still remember being so sad for him. But anyway, we took these cats home. And of course, remember, this is 1971 and we're into everything. So we were kilo. Who remembers the word kilo? I don't know. I'm 70. I don't even know if you guys know my terms. But anyway, a kilo was like a pound of pot. And the dough. And the dough was, I think, from one of those books that was out, but it really was, I had the wrong name, but those were our first 2 rescues. So as time went on and we lived there, we would drive out there periodically and pick up cats. And then we picked up a dog named Catfish, and we would climb the fence. Thank God they didn't put barbed wire. So we climbed the fence and we got let me kind of so you guys can see me. Here we go. And so we got our dog Catfish, which was kind of a blue tick hound. And then we picked up Doot-dee-Doo. Doot-dee-Doo was half red bloodhound, the howl, he had that marking, and basset hound. So he was huge, but his legs were this long. And why we called him Doot-dee-Doo, because that's how he walked. Oh, he was so cute. And how could anybody put him? So anyway, we climbed over the fence and got Catfish and Doot-dee-Doo. And also there was a few more kitties. Okay, fast forward a couple of months, and the dog catcher is now realizing that we are picking up the kitties, and we're actually finding homes for them. So we would come home and open our screen door, and there'd be whole litters of kitties. Oh, we'd be like, oh my God, and we'd take them in. I had like a couple of baby bathtubs full of kitty litter, and they were indoor and outdoor. And then it would be funny, I'd be laying on the divan, and I might have 12 cats on me. And then somebody would knock on the door, and your cats are flying everywhere because I got to get up. So anyway, that was my first foray into rescuing pets. And at the time, it really wasn't anything. You basically put animals to sleep. And I look at that now, and it's so inhumane, but that's all they knew. And so now I'm volunteering in Topeka with Street Dog Coalition. And we help the unsheltered people and their pets. So we move around the town, and we have veterinarians, we have volunteers to greet, we have supplies, they get their shots. They're required to get spayed or neutered by the second visit, or they can no longer come back. So, fixing them is a big part of the story. But let me tell you, some people will say, why do these people even have pets? They can't take care of themselves. How much does a pet mean to you? If you saw what these dogs, today there was a dog, he was huge, and he was about 11 years old. And he had his owner, and his owner had to go to the car. So we said, well, we'll watch Rhea. Rhea, just this big old boy, oh my gosh, he was so sad, and he was shaking. And then his owner comes closer and closer, and he was so happy. And to see the joy that the pet feels and the owner, it's just heart. There's so much love in my heart for it. So I am not, and they have social workers who really try to limit them on how many pets they can have. I mean, it's a process. So anyway, that's also my new volunteering, and I'm really loving it. So I'm going to tell you about my latest adoptee. Now, in my house for several years, we have just been rescuing dogs. All right. So our oldest one we have right now is called Jumper. Can you see Jumper? Now, we actually were in Sierra Vista, Arizona, and we were looking for a different dog. And Jumper was in this cage barking. And we said, what's with that dog? And they go, well, he's just been returned. Oh. And we said, oh no, and he was just not quite a year. So anyway, we go, well, let us see him. So Jumper, he's hardly ever barked since then. He is the best dog we've ever had. And he was called Jumper because, he would leap off the divans and stuff. Well, he's about 11 now and doesn't jump much. Now, let's look at Bendy. Bendy is actually an illegal immigrant from Matamoros, Mexico. He was actually with the cartel area. This was very dangerous to get this little guy. And she was tied to a tree in the rain in Matamoros, Mexico. We heard about it, and the lady went over there and untied Bendy and brought her over to Brownsville. And then we met her in the parking lot. It was very clandestine. Well, I didn't know if we were going to get shot, our heads cut off. But anyway, we did all of that for Bendy. And she weighed 4 pounds, and Jumper hated her. Jumper did not look at her for 3 weeks. Then they became buddies. Now, 6 weeks ago, I'm really looking at kitties, because I'm really a cat person. Remember all those cats I used to have. So we go to the shelter, and I come home with Sugar Kitty. This is Sugar Kitty. Now, Sugar Kitty is already 2. She's already had a litter of puppies.
I hope not.
Yeah, she's already had a litter of kitties, and she's just been spayed. So we bring Sugar home. Well, for the first month, Sugar lived behind the washer because Bendy hates her. And Jumper just does whatever Bendy does. So every time she pokes her head out, there's all this growling. So after a month, she eases her way out, and I have a tower for her, but she takes over our guest bedroom and lives in there and has knocked everything off, all of my shelves and dressers, and now that's her new place of living. All right? Now, she comes to the living room in the tower with the dogs in the living room, but if she jumps down, then we fight. So now, A purring cat to me is like a Valium. And I take enough drugs for my anxiety, but a purring cat is really soothing. So, Sugar Kitty and I share the guest room. Bindi and Jumper and Denny sleep in the other bedroom. And that's how it's going to be until we all get along. And I'm going to tell you, nobody's getting any pussy until that happens. All right. There's no children here. Remember, this is adult. So anyway, it's great fun having pets. And I am a stand-up comedian. I'm 70 years old, and I consider myself a influencer. I'm trying to tell you young people what to look forward to as you get to my age. And one of them I'm going to talk about is dry mouth. I literally can be on stage sometimes and my lips stick together. And it's hard to be funny when that's happening. So, you get dry mouth, you get dry eye, you get dry skin, and you get the dry woohoo. Now, this is real life. Real life. Does anybody experiencing this yet? Oh, you are. Yes. So anyway, I'm surviving, but I'm not liking it at all. And another thing, we were told when we were young about if you're in the sun, your face is going to be all wrinkled up, right? Did they tell us about? Did they? Yes, I'm going to look like that. So they didn't tell us about crepey skin. Who's experiencing this yet? Yes, you got it all. You and me are like kindred spirits. So crepey skin is one day you got your sleeveless top on and you stick your arm out for some reason and the sun hits it and you go, what the hell? And I didn't even know what it was called. Well, I have some crepe erase. It doesn't work, so don't buy it. I was lathering it on. It says it has all that acid in it and stuff. It's not working. Now, another thing is, we were not told to do push-ups for our whole life so that we didn't have flappy underarms. Now, I discovered this not really too long ago because I had cataracts, so I wasn't seeing it. Once I had the surgery, I was reaching for my mahjong tiles. And I kept going, what's that? I kept seeing. And then I went, what the hell? And it was my flappy underarm flapping when I picked up that tile. I'm like, for God's sake, it's enough. It's enough. Well then, I'm going to surgery in a couple weeks because guess what? I got a droopy eyelid. Well, that's not the only thing drooping, I'll tell you that right now. Everything droops, including the woohoo. So I gotta go in and have this eyelid and they're gonna turn it inside out and put a stitch in it so that it quits drooping. Like, no, I wanted to be that woman who's Jay Patterson climbed Mount Everest at 70. That's who I wanted to be. Not having my frickin' eyelid turned inside out and a stitch made. We have goals. So then, last year, I was 69. So my husband and I thought, why don't we try that position? Just for fun. And I don't drink, so I'm sober doing this. So we did. And it was really fun for a few minutes, and then we got all tangled up in our CPAP machines. Oh my God, just think, 69 CPAP masks. And you know what? I haven't used that CPAP machine since. I'm not. So my granddaughter says to me, I just can't, she's 13. Why does she know 69? I don't know. She goes, I can't believe you do that 69 joke. Oh my God. And I said, well, oh my God, get over it. I'm 70 now and I don't even have a position anymore. It's the truth, my God. Then the other day, I planted, wait a minute, hang on. And unfortunately, this doesn't help. I actually have many products for dry mouth and things to suck on. But anyway, and not that kind of thing to suck on. Anyway, so what was I talking about? I got lost. Plants. So I planted a couple of really pretty flowers. One of them was called an Armenian joy stick. And the other one was called a cock's comb. I'm like, who thinks of these names, for God's sake? You know who? Petophiles. Come on, you've got to like that one. I'm sorry, I'm very proud of that joke. And I don't want to bring the crowd down, but we are in the midst of global warming. It's true. Because I had a June bug at my house in May. And I had a May fly at my house in March. I'm scared. I'm getting scared. Oh, wait, look at this. I put these fingernails on the way here. Look. Gone. Anyway, I found one in my hair. And then a praying mantis was on my door. You know how sometimes they'll perch on your door? And I looked at him, and he flipped me off. And I didn't do nothing. I've been rescuing kitties. My name is Jay, and Ursula, the unsheltered kitty. I'm so glad you're here tonight, and I'm so happy about your shelter here in Pittsburg, Kansas. And congratulations on having your first big fundraiser. Thank you.